All right, so let's take a look at MyLeague. So everyone, today is the first day of release of the game. Let's go into MyLeague. Everyone's going to be doing videos on other game modes. Let me delete this real quick. Everyone's going to be doing videos on my career and best build and my team. So I figured I would go right into MyLeague, not a season, not WNBA, not MyGM, not MyLeague Online. So I'm going right into MyLeague. Now, as soon as you press MyLeague, if you want to load a custom roster, this is the screen where you load a custom roster. You can press Y if you're on Xbox. I believe it's triangle if you're on like PlayStation or something. I'm on PC. I have an Xbox controller, so I still press Y. And now I can load in any roster I want. So I'm just going to find somebody's roster. I don't know. Right now, there's a bunch of stupid dummy rosters on, I shouldn't have even said that. But anyway, let me get out of this. There's a bunch of rosters that you can download. So I'm just going to take the current NBA. I'm not even going to download one. Start in regular season. And you can't start in the off season if you use a custom roster, okay? This is where you would set up everything, okay? Don't skip this. The reason why I'm going through these screens is because there are a lot of people who haven't played MyLeague in the past, and since there is no offline My Career this year, there will be a lot of people who want to use player lock, and I'll show you how to use player lock once we get into MyLeague. Now, let's just do it this way. Let's go start mode. If you want to select all teams, it tells you what button to press down there to select all teams. I suggest selecting all teams if you want full control over your league. There's nothing wrong with selecting all teams. Doesn't mean you have to play them all. Even if you're playing a player lock career, select all teams will give you the best customization of the league. Okay, so I'm going to advance. Now, if you wanted to, if you're selecting all teams, I would turn everything on auto. If you wanted to, that's what I would do. I'm trying to see if there's a way to load up anything. Okay. All right, so if you're playing with 30 teams, I will put all this stuff on auto. Everything, just go down, put everything on auto, and then go to the one team that you actually want to play with. Let's just say Bulls. And then you can put whatever you want back on manual for that specific team. And so then we're going to advance. All right, here is where you can load up a draft class. So if you're going to play with player lock, this is great because now you can control what rookies are going to come into the league. You can download a draft class, or you can just start off with a generic draft class. But if you do select this option, just know when you go to historic draft class, you cannot select the 2019 draft class. Okay, that is considered a current draft class and not a classic or historic draft class. Okay, so I'm going to back out of this. I'm actually just going to use auto-generated rookies. And if you do select a historic draft class, I do not believe they will have their real life headshot. I believe it'll have like a game generated headshot. All right. If you don't know what a headshot is as far as photos are concerned, you can Google it. There was something I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so I backed out of the calendar. And we're going to go over to options, position settings. When you go to position settings, it says player lock disabled. So if you use your left and right trigger, you can select what player you want to use for player lock. So if you wanted to have a Joel Embiid My Career, you would just select him and then back out of the screen. And now the only player that you're going to be when you play is Joel Embiid. Now, if you're playing with 30 teams, you should be able to do player lock. Oh, here it is. You should be able to do player lock for one player on each team. So if I wanted to be Giannis, then I'll just have that. And when I go back to the Sixers, I'm still Joel Embiid. So whenever I play as the Sixers, I'm going to be Joel Embiid, and whenever I play as the Bucks, I'm going to be Giannis. So that's what player lock is about. So if I go back to disabled, and then go over to position lock. Now, if you want to play as a certain position at all times, let's say you want to be a center, you can be, if you're going to be a center, then you can be, let's see, whenever Al Horford is in at center, you'll be a center. Whenever Embiid is in at center, you'll be a center. And then whenever whoever else is in, you'll be those people. Whoever's playing at that position, you'll be that person if you use position lock. So I'm going to disable that. Put it back on Embiid. So right now I have Embiid and Giannis. And so this is how you can run multiple offline my career type my leagues, and you don't have to control any team except for the teams that you want, even though you have 30 team user control. And I actually selected the Bulls to have some type of manual. I would be Kobe White. So for the Bulls, I would be Kobe White, and I would leave it at that. But playing in my league, it's so many things that you could do as far as sliders go. You got contract sliders. You can edit it to your liking. Player progression sliders for the whole league. You can edit to your liking. Let's see, what is it? Okay. You can read this stuff on your own when you go to it. This one is attribute progression. So you can decide on specific attributes how they progress. And then the difference with the attribute progression and the just general progression sliders is this right here is telling you decide like what will boost your progression. Will it be training? Will it be their work ethic? Will it be will their badges boost? Well, yeah. These badges right here, will these badges boost their progression? And then when you go to attribute progression, then you're controlling specifically which attributes, how well they'll increase or decrease or whatever. All right. Anyway, so that's as far as I'm going to go with my league today. Again, this is day one of the release. I'll try to get more my league videos out. That was a quick overview for my league. That was very quick. It's so much deeper than that. But quick overview for my league and player lock since we no longer have offline my career. All right, guys, I'm gone.